How do I see if I've got a live going here? How do I see my own? Does my thing come up? No. How did I do this last time? Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome. We're doing a dummy coil. There's nobody with me. So I can waste time looking for how the hell I watch my own live. No, that's not it. Oh, am I live? Does it show that I'm live there? How the fuck? Where do I see my own live videos? Fuck's sakes. They don't make this easy. Okay, if you're just joining me, I'm just trying to find out how I can monitor my live on my laptop here. I did this once, but I can't remember how to do it. Let's see if I just search my name here. Hey, there we go. We friggin' did it. Hey, look at me. Hey, there we go. Except we can't have that. Eh? Friggin' did it. Hey, look at me. Okay, we gotta turn down the volumes. Oh, it's a little bit. Okay, but I can at least see myself. Okay, so here we are, folks. I promised Richard that we would do a dummy coil. So I'm gonna get you guys set up here. We got a new phone. We got a new laptop. We got all the things in order, mostly. Okay? Except the problem is that I've got these microphones, these Rode microphones that only work if I use special friggin' software, which literally kill yourself. So here we are, iPhone 16 Pro Max, brand new MacBook Pro. Okay, let's see if we can get this going. Okay, so quite a few years ago, I made a video, or maybe a couple videos, about how I thought dummy coils might work. Like, I did some research and I read about stuff, but I don't necessarily have the electronics background foundation to say, oh yeah, that's correct. Or rather, that makes sense. What I'm reading makes sense. So I read a bunch of stuff in a bunch of forums and I kind of pieced together what I thought might work. And I had the right idea fundamentally, but I executed it wrong. And the thing I did that was really wrong was that I shielded the dummy coil. I had most of the steps correct, but I've done some more reading about it. I've been talking with ChatGPT about it and sort of trying to understand how this stuff works. And now I got it, I think, because essentially what we're doing is just building what already exists. Like, humbuckers already exists, and a humbucker already exists, and noise canceling pickups already exist. And what we really want is an open air coil paired with each of the pickups that has no magnet and no pole pieces, and it's just wired in series between the switch. It gets wired between the switch and the volume pot, and that's really it. This literally should take 5 minutes, and hopefully it'll work. I guess we should have plugged it in to see what the noise was. I guess I could do that now. See how noisy it is. I thought I was all the way prepared, but we might as well just see how noisy it is just the way it is now. It should just be noisy on its... Are you noisy? I mean, Richard seems to think it's noisy, but I don't think it's terribly noisy. Anyway. we're still going to try it. We're still going to try it. Personally, I have never found Strats to be overly noisy, especially not the new ones. They all seem pretty good. But I guess if you're playing through a high gain amp on a stage, it's a bit different. And Richard swears this thing makes noise, so we're gonna take him at his word. And probably I would have been able to recreate that upstairs on my other amp, but anyway, here we are. Okay, always half-assing it. No matter how many fucking times I tell Richard he doesn't need to wind strings that have locks on them, he still does it. You're just supposed to pull the string through, tighten it up, and let it go. You don't need to wind the strings, buddy. Stop doing this. This defeats the purpose. This is the whole purpose behind locking tuners, is to make it easy to change your strings. But if you wrap them around the post, you defeat that purpose. Right? These would have already been off if they were wound up properly. There we go. Okay. How y'all been? Hey? Welcome to my Get Ready with me. Welcome to my Get Ready. Get ready to do something stupid to a guitar. Okay? Get ready with me to do something I've never tested on a guitar with confidence of an expert. Get ready for that. What did you expect? Okay? You tuned into one of my videos. A complete buffoon who quite frequently does absolutely idiotic things. Okay? That's why you're here. You're here for the car wreck. You're here to watch the car wreck. That is my videos. Hey, speaking of car wreck guitar videos, there's lots of new people in the space. I mean, I don't really watch these kind of videos much anymore myself. As you can probably imagine, making the videos and watching so many of them myself, I get a little burned out from this kind of content. But I'm starting to find my way for it again. Okay? It's not like I hate guitars, but I have definitely pared down the guitar channels that I watch. Like, I cannot stand to watch Andertons anymore. I cannot stand to watch those guys anymore. They used to be so entertaining when it was him and Rob. And then when Pete came, for me, I mean, I know lots of people love Pete, and I know their channel is huge. It's just me talking. This is just my personal preference. But for me, when Pete came, it's just like it made their videos so boring. So unentertaining. And I personally find John Mayer music and John Mayer guitar licks just absolutely eye-wateringly boring. John Mayer is a great guitar player, and he's just an absolute flash playing blues. But like, his music makes me want to kill myself. His music makes me want to stab myself in the eyes. It's boring to me. And I always found Rob way more entertaining. Like, he's just funnier and more entertaining and more interesting a character to watch. I always thought Danish Pete was like a temporary... And like I said, I know lots of people love him, and I know you guys probably watching him. Me right now probably love him. But like, the Captain was always sort of marginally entertaining to me. It was really the Rob and Captain show for me. And I personally think that Rob plays better. Like, he's a more versatile, he can play more styles of music. Whereas Pete cannot play metal or even rock and roll. He's just not that guy. Whereas Rob can play classical music, he can play jazz, he can play rock, he can play, you know, classic rock. I don't know if he even makes videos anymore. Does he even still make videos? And also, having said that, I don't actually watch his own channel. I don't really care about gear demos. I sort of got gear demoed out. Like pedals, once I've seen half a dozen of them, I just don't care. That's just my personal opinion. Who the hell am I? I'm just some clown in his basement in Canada who doesn't play guitar that well, doesn't know electronics that well, yet he still makes videos about fixing and repairing guitars. Oh, you dirty, absolute. Come on. Don't play like this with me. You're gonna make me take it out. I either gotta take off the neck or I gotta drop this pickup. And guess what we're doing? We're dropping this pickup. This is already more undoing than I wanted to do for this particular thing here. And this is already undoing things more than I wanted to. Okay, friends. We are at the part where things start to happen. Okay, let's just screw those back in there temporarily. Flop it around. I never understood this. I guess I'll have to look it up. I just never looked it up. I never understood this overhang with American guitars. Right? Like, yeah, sure, we get this last fret here, but you'd have gotten this. I'm not hitting this here. Even if I remove this fret, what am I losing? I don't know. I guess you got one more fret. Who knows? It's dumb. It's dumb. I probably sound dumb saying that. But that's okay. Lots of dummies saying lots of dumb things with confidence in the world right now. Lots of them. Okay, folks, here we enter the... Are we looking at the right thing? We are looking at the right thing. Okay. So, if we look right here at the switch, we want to take this connection from the switch. So this is the connection, the output connection from the switch that takes all of our inputs, our pickups, and dumps it into the volume pot. And we need to interrupt this connection right here. And instead of cutting that, I'm just going to desolder it. And while we're doing that, we've got our, can you see that? Can you guys see that? This is not real time. Oh, there we go. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this. This is just a cheap Squire or made in Mexico pickup. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. It's about the same DC resistance, which is not critical, but now I want to take these pull pieces out also, because what we're doing is we're creating what is called, as I understand it, an air coil. Meaning it still functions the way it's intended to, but it doesn't pick up any signal, which means it's silent. There we go. There we go. Just break these little, it's got a little bit of glue on the bottom from the magnet I just took off. These little bar magnets. So we're going to take that out. Okay, but the thing is, I want to sneak this bastard into here so that it actually fits in the, I want to make sure it's going to fit in the cavity. Because that's pretty much where I'm going to put it. Is like right there. It's going to live right there. So before we solder anything, I'm just going to see if that fits. If it'll let me put that down. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. That's perfect. So that's where it's going to live. Right there. And I've learned a couple things along the way. A couple of things in the 10 or so years I've been doing this. I learned a couple things. Not much, but a couple things. Okay, so we're good. So now I'm gonna just quickly sanity check this pickup. Make sure we still have continuity through the coil. We're good, folks. Okay, everything's still working. I haven't nicked the coil or anything bad like that. Okay, so here's the dealio. Here's the dealio, McSteelio. We need a little bit of shrink rizzle because this is going to be wired in series. Meaning that this, what used to be the ground wire, cannot be exposed and touching other things. So we'll just get a little bit of shrink wrap. Just add that to this connection. Come on. Here we go. Perfecto. Okay. So, the thing is, when you wire this, you wire it, say, out of phase. And that means that or I understand that to mean that the negative terminal goes first and the positive is what leads up. Okay. So now, all we need to do is wire these together. Oh, we need a longer and thicker connection there. Do we need something that thick? No. Let's try the orange. Yeah, that'll do. Basically, you got two chances at this. You can, you got a 50% chance of getting this right. If it's noisy when you plug it in, reverse the wires. That's it. Okay. So let's hope that ChatGPT didn't lead me down the garden path, but from the way I understand it, hopefully this is actually going to work. negative side of this pickup, so the ground wire, to the output of the switch. We need a little bit more. That. Just close that up. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Don't be too eager. I pulled it up a little bit too fast. It was hot, and then it shrunk the shrink wrap on me, so I couldn't pull it over the joint. So I just slid it up, and this actually works a little better for me because now it slides over the end. I remember when I used to use a hairdryer to do this, people would go into my comments and go, "Why don't you just use a lighter and stuff like that?" Literally, they make these for this, just exactly this job. That's exactly what this is for. This is for shrink wrap. It's like the best $15 or $20 I've spent. Okay, so now all we got to do is connect the other end here to the volume pot, and this should be pretty much over. Again, we'll just drop a little bit more solder in there. Oh, you're dirty. That's it. Okay, so let's plug this thing in and make sure it's not squealing like a stuck pig. Make sure it's not making noise. Any unintended noises. Just sitting there. Seems pretty quiet to me. No noise at all. We'll try this upstairs. Okay, my other amp makes heaps of racket. Okay, I love that. So the worst thing that we've done here is create a really long lead from the output jack to the volume pot. Theoretically, this should work. kind of reading about this on and off for a couple of weeks just to wrap my head around the concept and make sure I understand exactly what I'm doing. And it clarified some of the stuff that I read a few years ago, of course. So hopefully this works. Got my fingers crossed. This is going to be successful. So successful! We kind of have no choice now but to fully put it back together and go try it. We really have very little. Make me take the friggin' neck off just to do this? I hate you. Dirty, dirty little bastard. It's a nice rosewood neck. I'm not a big fan of the big headstock guitars, but it's a nice looking rosewood neck. Come on, you dirty little. There, perfect. Tons of room for that. Tons of room for activities. Okay. Let's just pull these up before they. Ooh, that's probably going to come up a lot. Okay. Let's get this guitar back together. I promised Richard that I would do this tonight because normally these days, just the way life is, he drops off a guitar and then it's weeks before I even touch it. But I promised him I would do it tonight, and here we are, keeping our promise. I hope you're watching, Richard. I did text you to tell you that the live stream is starting. And I figured I would do this as a live stream because we can do it so quickly. It's really not much to do, like you're literally making 2 solder connections. I thought of editing a video. I have a couple of videos I need to edit. And I got a new computer to do that, and I just haven't done it. I got one kid away at university, the other kid in the middle of high school, dog that needs to be walked every 10 minutes, things around the house. I could just have so much other stuff going on. And because this is not like a job for me, this is not like a source of income for me necessarily. I treat it like a hobby. Okay, that's the Strat body back together. It's got a weird finish, this thing. It's like, it's matte, but it's like, you can tell that it's a poly finish. I don't love it. It's not. I wish it had a glossy finish. And I don't love the color either. I don't love this, like, brown or whatever this is they've used here, this dark red. But I will say, this is a killer sounding Strat. All the pickups that are in it sound good, and the mod that it comes with, factory mod that it comes with to allow you to run, it's got a push pull here that allows you to engage all 3 pickups at once, no matter what position you're in. Sounds really good. I was blown away by how good this guitar sounded. I wasn't expecting much from it. It's been a really long time since I picked up a Strat, and I was blown away by the way it sounded. And now, that's mostly because I'm a Gibson guy. I mean, if you know the channel, you know I've owned hundreds of Fenders. But I've settled on Gibsons. Gibson is my team. I root for Gibson. That's who I want to win the World Series. Okay, the neck's back on. We just need some strings. I don't know what kind of strings you put on this thing, Richard, so we're gonna put some super slankies. Some super slank hankies. And we're gonna give it a rip. We'll take it upstairs and give it a little ripini. Anyway, so he got this guitar at Long & McQuade. Long & McQuade sell used guitars, I guess. It's been a long time since I've been into Long & McQuade to buy anything. If you're Canadian, you know who they are. If you are American, they are essentially like your, oh no, I can't remember the name of all the American ones. Anyway, they're like your big American chains. That's our big Canadian chain, Long & McQuade. And as if it isn't enough that Fender and Gibson aren't essentially destroying, they have destroyed the used guitar market. Fender and Gibson, over the last 5 or 6 years, have released guitars in every single price point, $100 apart. Go look at their catalogs. They have guitars from Squier and Epiphone and Fender and Gibson starting at $100 and then $200 and then $300 and then $400. They've taken every reason for you, the consumer, to go and buy a used guitar. They've just deleted that. But now you have people who are anchored to what their guitars used to cost during the pandemic, and the guitars just get listed week after week after week at the same ridiculous price. Like, I've already sort of accepted that the value of my stuff has gone down quite a bit. My used gear. If I was gonna, I mean, I'm not really selling and trading used gear so much anymore. But the manufacturers have absolutely eaten the used market for breakfast. And they did that on purpose. And it's documented. People, if you think I'm crazy saying this, it's documented. Go research this. It's not just Fender and Gibson, it's all the manufacturers. They all realized, hey, why are we leaving money on the table? Why are we letting people trade used guitars on Reverb and their local markets? Let's go ahead and eat their lunch. And how do we do that? Well, we do that by making it absurd for you to buy a used guitar. Because you want a Les Paul? Sure, there's Les Paul. You can get a Les Paul anywhere from $199 to thousands of dollars. They have whatever price you're comfortable paying. They have a Les Paul for you. You want an American Gibson Les Paul? They have a dozen models for you, starting from like $1,000 all the way up to thousands of dollars. Right? What do you think all those tribute models and all those low budget, that's all trying to eat the used market. Same thing with Fender. All these, like, Fender used to have a couple of simple lines. They used to get standards and professional, and I can't remember what it's called. Standard and pro or professional or whatever. And now they got a zillion different, oh, this is the Baja one, and this is the road version, road worn one, and this is the player, classic players one. And that's all so that anybody who's looking to buy a guitar says, well, why would I buy a used one if I could get a brand new one that's that's almost as the same as what you would buy used, right? Think of somebody who would have bought a used Gibson Studio. Well, what's a used Gibson Studio worth? I don't know, $1,000, $1,200, depending on who you ask. Well, you go get a brand new one. You go get a brand new Tribute or some other, you know, relic model, or one with, you know, the satin finish. They just make them quicker and delete features and make them cheaper. And then people go, why would I go buy somebody's used garbage when I can go and buy a brand new one that nobody's ever touched? It's got warranty. And so all that does is it means that the value of what you already own is significantly reduced. Significantly. And if you don't believe me, you should try to sell something used. You should look at the historical data for Reverb. Prices are coming down. People aren't very quick to come down with their prices because they have these prices anchored in their mind. But when your gear just sits for sale for week after week after week after week, the only thing that's going to force you to drive down the price is desperation. The market has absolutely exploded in the last 5 years. They sell, what did I read today? $1 billion something of guitars every year. Billion. Billion with a B in North America. Billion. That's insane. That's way more guitar players and way more guitars than have ever existed. The market is just absolutely flooded with guitars. And the people who, like me, have realized, oh shit, my guitar's not worth what it used to be, just aren't selling. Unless you're forced to sell, people are just hanging on to their stuff. I personally have been waiting a couple of years for the market to turn around. Doesn't look like it's gonna turn around. It's been shit for a couple of years. I've been waiting for things to turn around, but all these tariffs and all this other bullshit, with people out of work, it's not doing anything to help the market. So here we are. Your guitar is worth less than you think it is. I promise you that. Okay? Your standard Strat is worth less than you think it is. Anyway, all that is to say, he got a really good deal on this right at Long & McQuaid, used. So even the stores are getting in on the act of eating the used market, because they're buying, he's getting good prices. He's been selling more to Long & McQuaid, like selling and trading, more directly with Long & McQuaid than just with people in the market like we used to do. I did bring one down here. Probably even have a battery in it. We're nearly there. This is all the stuff I would normally cut out of a video. Now you're live. It's Chopper 5. I'm sweating my balls off down here. Okay, close enough with girls I go with. Let's just plug her in and make sure it's not worse than when I messed with it. Then we'll go upstairs and we'll give it a quick test. Perfect. Where's the little tremolo arm? Can I leave it upstairs? Oh well. This action is diabolical, Richard. Quiet as a church mouse? Yeah, nothing. I think that worked, kids. I think we got it, and it's easier than I once thought. Okay, I don't know if I necessarily want to drag you all the way upstairs because that's kind of a pain, and I'm a bit lazy. But there you go. I think this worked, and if it didn't, you'll never know. And if you joined me here as an OG watcher of the channel, I appreciate you coming back. If you're new, hopefully you've thought this was such riveting content that you subscribed immediately and left a like and put a comment and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll see you back here at some point with some more exciting stuff. And until then, I hope you all are having a terrific start to your fall. And we'll see you soon with a good video, hopefully. Anyway, there you go. Dummy coil. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.